I think one of the more exciting things that we're working on right now is we signed an agreement with this company called Aquamizer, who I know the owner of, which is basically like, think of like a low flow toilet, but instead of replacing the entire toilet, it's like the engine, I guess,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, like in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
toilet tank itself.
Yeah, the mechanism.
Yeah, that basically retrofits any size toilet into, a 1 gallon per flush without losing, the flush speed, which that's a pretty good avenue for anyone that's on the hook for water and sewer bills. So primarily like hotels or government entities.
Yeah.
So we're going to start pushing that pretty hard. That's part of the reason why I needed to get a multifamily sales guy in, so I can start pursuing these other kind of verticals.
Yeah.
And then another big one for that too is the EV charging stations. Like, you can put those really anywhere. But primarily office and
And you
multifamily.
guys install those?
Yeah, we do those fully turnkey. So we'll do all the electrical infrastructure. So if you need to get, new panel and breaker to be able to support it, especially if you have an older multifamily building, if you just tried putting that on like a non-dedicated panel, it would blow it pretty fast.
Yeah.
So we do all the electrical infrastructure, all the conduit, the wiring, the trenching, you name it, we can do it.
That's awesome. So the opportunity here is, to take advantage of the green, all the money that's been allocated by the government toward these green things. Are you guys pursuing these credits or marketing the credits to these operators?
So what's great about us, so kind of our turnkey install includes, hey, if there's any sort of like rebate out there, we can't help them with the tax credit. We can give them all the documentation and help them with like guide their CPA to fill out that paperwork. But like, so for the EV chargings, for example, in the Inflation Reduction Act, there's credits for EV charging stations. Granted, now after 2022, your apartment community has to basically be in like a impoverished area based on the US Census tract that it's in to qualify for it. But our project still, if you do own something in there, you can qualify for it. So we can get you all that documentation. But one thing we do help out with is on the lighting, water, thermostat, and EV side, a lot of utility companies offer rebates for doing these projects. So we can go procure that on our client's behalf, and which will obviously, take a percentage of that on their behalf. So for example, we did a project for Greystar. We installed 6 dual port EV charging stations in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Duke Energy, or it might be Duke Progressive. I forget. It's split down the middle in North Carolina, but we did the project for them, submitted all the paperwork, and they got back like maybe 10% of the entire project rebate as a check. So,
Nice.
So yeah, we definitely guide our clients, and our VAs, I tell them we have a whole team dedicated to it, but it's really a VA that knows what she's doing and a good team that knows how to fill out the paperwork. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And are you geographically concentrated somewhere, or you go everywhere?
Yeah, so that's a cool thing about the subcontract nature of this business. So since we acquired it, we've done a project in suburban Seattle, farthest like away from Tampa, where we're headquartered and where I live, a couple in New York City, like Manhattan proper, and then basically everywhere in between. But I would say our concentration is basically states touching Georgia. So in the Southeast is where, the meat of our projects are. But outside of that, it's primarily like Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and Texas, I would say are 4 biggest markets. But again, especially too, if like, our clients are national, right? So, hey, I got a project. We did one for a client in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was, I don't know if anyone's been to Albuquerque or has ever gone or knows anyone from Albuquerque or is from Albuquerque, but I don't mean to disparage you, but wow, was that not enjoyable experience? But hey, we can do a project there. So
nice. And now you see year 1, it was like 1.1, year 2, 3 million, year 3, 2 million. What's year 4? What's your projection?
This year, if we can scratch $3 million again, I'd be a very happy camper. I think it'll probably end up shaking out depending on where transactions start picking up to. But based on all of our clients, they're like, hey, we're projecting around like Q2, Q3 of this year, we're going to get back on the acquisition train. Okay. So I'm modeling us to be at 2.5 this year, but if we get back to 3, it'd be great. And then anything on top of that, would be gravy.